the best way to present is to present. The best way to present is to present. It doesn't matter where and how. It doesn't matter if the presentation takes place in a house. It doesn't matter if the presentation takes place in a hotel. It doesn't matter if the presentation takes place in a cafeteria. It doesn't matter if the presentation takes place in a car. It doesn't matter if the presentation takes place in a toilet. Just be careful. So just present. Just say and give the informations. The right person will get it, and it doesn't matter where you are doing the presentation. Then after the presentation, we have the closing. Closing is the time that you are making money. If you do everything right, if you do the invitation, if you do the presentation and everything is right, but you are not willing to do the closing, it means that you worked for free. Do you like to work for free? Nobody likes to work for free, yeah? So closing is the time that you are making money. So you have to do the right things in order for you to have the right results. And let me tell you something. If you do the right thing at a wrong time, you get pain. If you do the right thing at the wrong time, you get pain. If you do the right thing at the right time, you get reward. So you have to do the right thing at the right time. Number one reason why people will not join your team. Number one reason why some people will not join you. What do you think is that reason? Exactly. You didn't ask them. So number one reason why people will never join you is because you didn't ask them. But I told you, you have to do the right thing at the right time. So you have to ask the right question at the right time. I'm going to let you know when is the right time. So before the presentation, I'm taking some minor agreements. That's very important. I'm going to start the closing before the presentation. That's the right time to start closing. Before the presentation, not after the presentation, but exactly before the presentation. You can ask some questions that you will get the right answers, and that's what we call minor agreements. Minor agreements. Let me give you some examples. You don't need to ask the same questions again and again and again, okay? Just get the formula. So let me give you some examples. I'm going to ask, hey Louis, let me ask you something, my friend. I'm going to speak to you about an idea that has to do with traveling. But let me ask you something. Do you like traveling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's only yes or no. And most of the people, they say yes. Yeah? And then maybe I'm going to say, what if I show you a way that you will be able to travel the world for the best prices guarantee and have the best experiences? Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Then maybe I'm going to ask George, what if I show you a way that you will be able to make extra money? Are you going to be interested for it?
Yes, please.
So that's some minor agreements before the presentation. You can use different questions, okay, and get some minor agreements. So you open him up before the presentation. Then I'm going to share my why. That's very important. Listen to this. People will buy why, and they will never buy what. They don't care about the what, they care about the why. Why they have to do this. Let me give you a quick example. Before 7-8 months, I was looking for a car, okay? I was looking for something that it is fast, for something that is unique, and sport, and to be 4 doors, because my wife was pregnant. So I was looking for something sport, unique, fast, and 4 doors. And I made my research. I went to some car dealers. I made some phone calls. I went and I saw some Porsche. I remember I saw a Carrera. Aston Martin, an Aston Martin. So I went and I saw different cars. But some of them were sport but 2 doors. Some of them were 4 doors but not so fast. Some of them were 4 door sport but not unique. So I was looking again and again and again, and one day my father called me and he said, I have a friend of me that he's opening a new, he's bringing Maserati to Cyprus. And he said he is having some cars that he can show to you. And I said, okay, give me his phone number. I called him. His name is Chris. I said, Chris, my father told me that you have some Maseratis to show me, and I'm going to pass from your office to see them. And then he said, no, just let me know where are you living, and I'm going to come there to show you the car. I said, okay. I gave him my address. He came there, and he knocked the door. I opened the door, and I said, let's go and see the car. And he said, before I'm going to show you the car, let me tell you something. And he said, I'm going to give you a car that is sport, is fast, is 4 doors, and is going to be the first car in Cyprus because it's brand new, 2014, and it's going to be the first car that we are going to bring in Cyprus. So you are going to be the first one having this car in Cyprus. And I said, okay, let's see it. But you know what? I bought it before even see it. Why? Because he gave me the why. Yeah? He told me why to buy it. Because it's sport, it was 4 doors, it was the first car, so it was unique, and it is fast. So I bought it immediately. It's the same thing with people. Don't try to share the what, but share the why they have to do it. And first of all, share your why you are doing it. So before the presentation, the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to share my why. I'm going to say, hey Louis, thank you for coming today. You're about to watch something that you will love anyway, but I need you to be very carefully, because what I'm about to share with you is something that I'm doing it because, and I'm saying my why. Yeah, whatever it is your why, making extra money, traveling the world, inspire people, helping people, whatever it is, helping your father, helping your family, whatever it is, it's okay. Don't change it, okay? But just share it. Is that clear? Yeah. Is that clear? Nice. And then we go on to the next step, that is to share and making the presentation. Now, when the presentation finished, I have to do 2 things. Number 1, I'm going to make the right question. When the presentation finished, is the right time to make the right question. What's the right question? I can give you many examples, but let me give you 2 or 3. I can ask, hey George, as an idea, do you like it?
Yes.
There are 2 answers, yeah, yes or no. Let's say that the answer is no. If the answer is no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, George, thank you for coming, mate. I appreciate your time. Maybe it's not your timing, maybe another one day. Thank you for coming. I'm not going to insist, I'm not going to say anything more. Just if the answer is no, I'm going to say thank you for coming. But believe me, out of 10, maybe it's 1 that the answer is no. Maybe 1, maybe less out of 10. So most of the people, they say, yes, I like the idea. And then when he say yes, what I'm going to do?
You're ready to get started.
Exactly. When he says yes, I'm not going to say, okay, let me show you something more. People are doing this.
Yeah.
And this is insane. He said yes. It means that I like the idea, and I'm waiting for you to make me the right question. And the right question, there is only one closing question. Only one. And is, are you ready to get started? That's the closing question. When the answer is yes, when the answer to the question, do you like the idea, is yes, is not time to speak for something else. Is not time to discuss something else. Is not time to go out and smoke. Is not time to order a beer. is not time to pick up the phone. It's not time to think about something else. It's time for the closing question. Are you ready to get started? Look, if he's having some questions or some objections, he's going to give it to me. I don't have to create them. Yeah? When the presentation finished and you are not asking the right question, it means that either you are not 100% confident and comfortable about it, you don't believe it 100%, you don't believe to him 100%, or you want to create him more questions. So when the presentation finished and he said, I like the idea, I'm not going to say, let me show you the cycles, how you get paid. No, it's not time for this. You're not going to say, let me show you some dream trips. Or let me explain you how you use your rewards. Or let me show you the website. Or, no, it's just time for one question. Are you ready to get started? Now, if he's ready, he's going to say yes. And I'm going to make the enrollment immediately. If he's not, he's going to say the reason. He's not going to say no. He's just going to say the reason. Is that clear? Try it. It's very simple. If he's ready, he's going to say yes. If he's not ready, he's going to say no because. And he's going to give me the reason. Whatever he's saying, I agree with him. Whatever it is, I don't have the money. I know that. That's why I call you, because you need extra money. I have a lot of money. I know that. That's why I call you, because you will not have a pressure to make money. I don't have the time. I know that. That's why I call you, because you need to create time. I have a lot of time. I know that. That's why I call you, because you have a lot of time to do it. So, I have a lot of friends. I know that. That's why I call you. Because you have a lot of friends, so we can invite a lot of people. I don't have any friends. I know that. That's why I call you, to create friends. So, whatever he's going to say is the reason I called him. Yeah? Whatever he's going to say. Because World Ventures is for everyone. And how I'm going to handle his objections. First of all, I'm going to agree with him every single time. People will buy from you because they like you. Write it down. People will buy from you because they like you, or because they want to be like you. People will buy from you because they like you, or because they want to be like you. Now, some objections that most of the people are having. I'm gonna analyze every single one of them. So first of all, okay, let's say I want to think about it. The presentation is finished. I'm gonna ask, do you like that? Yeah. Are you ready to sign up? No, I want to think about it. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's very smart. That's very clever. So you don't make decisions instantly, aren't you? It's gonna say, yeah. So then I'm going to say, okay, but let me ask you something. Let's say that you are going to think about it, okay? And then you are going to decide to sign up. And then you are going to start inviting some people, aren't you? What do you want? To make money fast and quick, or slow?
Fast.
So when you're going to invite some people, do you want them to sign up immediately or think about it? Immediately. So if you're going to think about it and people are going to say to you, I want to think about it, what are you going to say to them?
You want to start fast or slow?
Exactly the same thing. So you have a huge benefit if you get started immediately, because you can use your own story that you were very skeptical, but you got your spot immediately because you realize what you're going to lose. Can you realize that this is a better way to get started if you're about to get started? But although I'm gonna tell you something, because I know that you want to think about it. Okay? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the way that I think about it. Okay? So let's say that you start right now. And there are two scenarios, yeah? If you start right now. First scenario is the worst case scenario, that you will start immediately and you will do nothing. What are you going to lose?
$300.
$300, yeah? That's the worst case scenario. It's platinum, $500, $510. But that's the worst case scenario, yeah? Let's take the second scenario, that you will start immediately and everything is going to go the way that you expect it to go. What are you going to gain? What are you going to win?
I'm going to get back my money.
Get back your money, and what else?
I'm going to be a free member.
Free member, and what else you can achieve?
I'm going to start earning income.
Earning income, and what else? Are you going to travel?
And I'm going to travel.
Nice. So let me tell you something. Someone who's going to think about it, and is going to think it with a smart way, and is a clever guy. What is he going to do? Is he going to start with the worst case scenario being lose $500, and the best case scenario build freedom, financial, and time, or not? And are you going to think it with a smart way? And do you consider yourself to be a clever guy? So now that you think about it, what are you going to do?
I'm going to start now.
So you see what I did? I didn't focus. I didn't give my focus to, I want to think about it. And I say, no, don't think about it. Start immediately. I said, okay, let's think about it. So what's the worst case scenario? He said, it's that and that. And what's the best case scenario? Okay, now you think about it, yeah? So are you ready to get started? You see what I did? So, guys, there are so many people that what they are doing, they say, it's good, but I want to think about it. And there are two, in that sentence, there is something positive and something negative, yeah? The positive is that it's good. I like it, but I want to think about it. So he said, I like it, this is good. I want to think about it, it's something that you don't want, it's negative. Why to focus on the negative instead of focus on the positive? I like it, but I want to think about it. Really? How much do you like it? I forget that I want to think about it. It's good, but I want to think about it. Really? How much do you like it? Let's say from 1 out of 10, how much you give it?
I would say 7.
7. So if it's 5 and above, it's good. I'm going to say 7. Wow, first day, I just say 1 out of 10, this is 2. And I joined. So with 7, it's very good. So let's think about it. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to say, now you think about it, aren't you? So are you ready to sign up? And I'm looking him straight in the eyes. It's very important, eye contact, okay? Now, let me give you another one objection. Give me something else. Let me answer it to you.
I don't have time.
Time, money, okay. Let's start with time, and then we go to money. So I don't have time. And then I'm going to say, hey, let me give you a microphone so everybody's going to hear you. So let's say that the presentation is finished. I said, are you ready to get started? And then he said,
I've got too much on my plate at the moment. I just don't have the time.
okay. My friend, let me ask you something. How old are you?
22.
22. It doesn't matter, okay? If it's 50, it's going to say 50. It's the same thing for me. So let's take that example, okay? 22. So let me ask you something. Do you have kids?
No, not yet.
Are you married?
No.
So if today that you are free, without kids, without a wife, you don't have time, do you believe that after 5 or 10 years that you're going to have kids and family, by doing the same things that you are doing today, you are going to have more free time?
No.
So it means that you're going to have exactly the same pressure of time that you're having right now, yeah?
Yeah, but I'll be working, so I'll be making money, you know what I mean?
Okay, but you're not going to have any free time, yeah?
Yeah.
So can you realize that the only way to change something, for something to change, is you to change it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something. Statistics said that if you are giving 2 to 6 hours per week, you can be director or above during the first 2 years. But I'm not saying during the first 3 months, okay? During the first 2 years. And let me ask you something. Do you want to create more freedom of time for you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, do you believe that by giving 2 to 6 hours per week and being director during the next 2 years is going to be something that will create more free time for you?
Yeah.
And can you find 2 to 6 hours per week?
I have to move a few things around, but maybe.
Maybe? Can you find that?
Can you show me?
Yeah, I can show you a way.
You?
Yeah, of course. Can you find 2 to 6 hours per week for me to show you the way?
I think I can. Yeah. Do you have Skype?
Yeah, of course. So now that you realize that you don't need much time and you only need 2 to 6 hours per week, and this is a way to create more freedom of time for you, are you ready to get started?
If you show me the way, yeah.
So guys, you see what I just did? Yeah, I was using questions. I didn't say anything. Now, let's say that Louis was going to say, no, I cannot find 2 to 6 hours per week. You know what I was going to say? Okay, brother, maybe this is not for you. You see, he's not qualified to join my team if he give a wrong answer. And I told you, you make the right question the right time. He told me I don't have time, okay? And I didn't say, are you ready to get started? When he said I don't have time. Is the right question the right time? So I made some questions and then he said, yes, I can find 2 to 6 hours per week. And he said, yes, I like the idea of being director during the next 2 years. So that's the right time to say, are you ready to get started now that you realize it by your own? So let me have another one. First of all, let me tell you something. There is also another way to handle any single objection. And let me have one volunteer to show something else for closing, okay? Jim, please. Give it up for Jim. So, the presentation is finished, okay? And I said, do you like the idea? And then he said, yes. And then I sent an arguer to sign up. And then he said, about time, about money, about I want to think about it, about anything, okay? There is a formula that they can use in every single objection. I'm going to say, hey, let me ask you something, Jim. Let me ask you, if you're about to get started, what amount of money we have to create for you? What amount of income we have to create for you every single month to say that this is worth your time and your investment? What amount of money per month?
Between 500 to 1,000.
Okay, 500 to 1,000, okay? Question number 1, what amount? And he said 500 to 1,000. Question number 2, and let me ask you something. How many hours do you have per week? With that question, I'm overcoming the objection of time. How many hours do you have per week? How many hours do you have to give to me per week so we will create together the 500 to 1,000 per month?
Between 4 to 8 hours a week.
4 to 8 hours per week. And the third question is, and how long are you giving me to work with you for 4 to 8 hours per week and create that income?
I'd say between, 6 to 12 months.
6 to 12 months, okay? Then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, hey, Jim, if I can promise to you that I'm going to work directly with you 4 to 8 hours per week, and during the next 6 to 12 months, we will create an income 500 up to 1,000 for you. Is there anything else that you need to know before you get started? Or are you ready?
You're not going to be living with me, are you?
It depends.
Look, I've got a Greek wife. I'd have to ask her. Can I ask her first?
Who?
My wife.
Your wife?
Yeah.
Are you going to ask your wife? You're kidding me, aren't you?
No, man, she's Greek.
So let me ask you something. Okay, that's a good objection, okay?
Guys, seriously, it is an objection. I'm married, I have to ask my wife. You serious? Please, Stavros.
Let me ask you something. If you're finding something and you believe is a smart business and it's a good investment, are you always asking your wife?
Mate, I wear the pants, not her.
Let's say that the answer is yes, I'm always asking my wife. Okay? Then I'm going to say, okay, and let's say that your wife is going to say no. What are you going to do? Are you going to sign up or not? Let's say that your wife is going to say no way. Are you going to sign up or not?
Yeah, I'll just use another card. It's all right.
So are you going to sign up?
Yeah, I'll just use another card. It's okay. Don't worry.
So, man, what's the reason to asking here if you're going to sign up anyway?
Because she's gonna make me sleep on the couch, and she's gonna give me a migraine, a headache. I can't deal with her sometimes, But
Yeah, I totally understand you. But by the end of the day, whatever she's going to say, you're going to sign up, aren't you?
Of course I am.
So the result is that you're going to sign up.
Yes.
Now let me give you two options. Option number one is to go and ask your wife and let me do some more presentation. And if I sign up anyone else, it's going to be above you, and whatever you're going to do is going to be in his team. The option number two is that you're going to sign up right now, and then you're going to go to your wife, and in the meantime, I'm going to do some presentations, and anyone that is going to sign up is going to be in your team. What do you prefer, one or two?
I'd rather be on top.
Okay. So are you ready to sign up right now? Are you ready to sign up right now?
Yeah, all right, come on.
Okay, give it up for Jim. Look. Sometimes people are going to say, hey man, if my wife says no, it's no. I'm going to say, okay man, no problem. You see, you do the right thing, but you have to find the right people too. So sometimes they are going to say, hey man, I'm willing to give, at the first three questions, how much money would you like to make? He's going to say 10,000 per month. How much time will you give? 2 hours per week. And in how long? In 3 months. I'm going to say, hey man, this is not possible. Because you are losing credibility if you say something that is not possible. Yeah? I'm not going to say, okay, I'm going to help you with 2 hours per week and we're going to make 10,000 per month during the next 3 months. That's a lie. I'm going to say, man, it's not possible. We have to change some numbers. Either we change the 10,000s, either we change the 2 hours per week or the 3 months. Decide which number are you willing to change, or this is not for you. You are not qualified to do it. Let me have another one objection. Someone else. Yeah, come up, Odi.
I was going to say that I've got something coming on Tuesday where the guy's all for it,
Okay.
but we're scared of his wife. So he's already signed up to people in his head. All right, this guy, he's already thought of the guys in his head with the way I presented it to him. He's like, oh, guys, I'm already thinking about the numbers. It's the cheapest. It's the cheapest franchise. He's looking at it like that because he's a manager of bow repairs and stuff like that, yeah? Mm-hmm. And then I saw one week he made an excuse, so I won't come to his house. All right, I'm thinking, no, it's not him because he's first to go. And the next week, I called again and he goes, man, whatever you do when you come down, come for a coffee, but don't bring it up in front of my wife. She's against this stuff. I said, listen, I respect that. You know the concept just by me telling you what it's all about. But because we're friends, and I don't want you to miss out on some opportunity with your wife, I'm still going to show it to you even if she doesn't like it. I just want her to see it. And I'll feel bad when I make it to the top and you're not next to me, you're going to say to me, Oddie, why didn't you ever show me? So that's how I think I should present it, but I don't want to really break the friendship with his wife, That's the hardest bit that I know.
Thank you very much. That's very good. That's very good. And give it up for Oddie. But most of the times what I want to do is I know it's not possible for every single time. I'm not pushing people, never. I'm leading, okay, with questions. But what I want to do is to get an answer the same day, the same time. You know why? I have so many people that said, I want to think about it, or I'm going to answer to you next week, or tomorrow, or next month. But I know that for the most of the people, by the time that they are leaving the presentation, the percentages for them to get started are started decreasing. Yeah? So what I want to do is to get an answer the same day. And by the end of the day, if for any reason he's not going to sign up the same day. I'm going to tell it to him. I'm going to say, hey, George, let me tell you something. The reality is that most of the people that they will not sign up immediately and they like the idea, they will sign up later on in the future, but not soon. That's the reality. So if you like the idea, you will sign up, but maybe 1 year later. Some of them, they sign up 5 days later, 1 week later. But most of them, they will sign up 1 year later, 2 years later, 6 months later. And you know what's the worst? That they will sign up with someone else. Someone else is going to present to them, and they will say yes, because it makes more sense the second time, and they will say yes, so they will not be with you. And I'm telling this to George, and I'm saying, let me tell you something, that's for 80%. 80% of the people that they leave the presentation, they go out, they speak, they think, and they sign up later, 1 year later, 2 years later with someone else. 20% of the people, they pick up the phone in the next 48 hours, they call their friends and they say, hey man, I'm in. So, now, answer to me very honestly, in which percentage do you belong? 80 or 20? Nobody's going to say 80. So they say 20. That's the last thing I'm going to do. If he's not going to sign up immediately, he's going to say 20. And then I'm going to say, okay, because I believe in you and I know that you will never say lies to me, I'm going to wait for you during the next 48 hours to call me and to get started, okay? So with that way, I'm going to commit him that he's going to call me in the next 48 hours. I like follow-up, but I'm not wasting my energy into follow-up. I'm doing follow-up because it's part of the procedure, but I'm not wasting my energy, okay? That's very important. Now, let me give you some other objections that I know people are asking. I don't have friends, yeah? I need to find my phone. So, still, I'm going to use in questions. He's going to say, I need to find my phone. I'm going to say, let me ask you something. Do you have 3, I don't know, 4 people maybe, they are going to say. And then I'm going to say, okay, let me ask you something. Please answer to me very honestly. Do you know 3 people that they love traveling? What he's going to say? Yes. Anyone who's going to say no? I don't know. No. Yeah, but when you're going to ask him exactly the same question, hey man, do you know 3 people that they love traveling? He's going to say yes. Do you know 3 people? Maybe it's your mother, your father, I don't know, your aunt. Yeah. So do you just know 3 people that they love traveling? And they say yes. And then I'm going to say, do you know 3 people that they want extra money or they need extra money? And he's going to say yes. And then I'm going to say, so we found 6 people in a second. And then he's going to say, yes, but I don't know if they are going to join, yeah? I don't know if they're going to sign up. And then I'm going to say, what's the only way to find out? And what's the only way to ask? You have to be a member first, yeah? Some people that are going to say, okay, I'm going to ask them, and if they want to join, then I'm going to be a member. Yeah? You know what I'm saying to these people? That's really good that you already in the mode of finding some more members, but let me ask you something. If a friend of you is opening a restaurant and is going to say to you, hey man, I'm planning to open a restaurant, but the only way that I'm going to open it is first you're going to commit to me that you're going to come and eat twice per week. How you are going to feel? How you are going to feel? If your friend is going to say, I'm planning to open a restaurant and I'm going to open it if you are going to commit to me that you are going to come into my restaurant 2 times per week and eat chicken. How you are going to feel?
Pressure.
Yeah, pressure, not good. Like an idiot. So, why you want your friends to feel the same thing? And then I'm going to say, as an idea, do you like it? And it's going to say yes. And then I'm going to say, you realize that the only way for people to follow you is that you first are going to do it. Yeah? Aren't you? It's going to say yes. And then what I'm going to say? Yeah. Now that you realize it. So only two of you? Yeah, let me see who's going to have an enrollment that week. Now that you realize it.
Are you ready to get started?
Another one time. Now that you realize it.
Are you ready to get started?
Yes, exactly. And let's go to another one objection. My favorite one is a pyramid scheme. Okay, maybe in Australia it's not so famous objection. I don't know. It is? Really? Okay. What I'm going to do? Is it a pyramid scheme? I'm going to say, hey man, what do you mean? It's going to say, it's a pyramid scheme. I say, yeah, is that good or bad? I don't know, what do you mean? And it's going to say, most of the people, they say, pyramid schemes are the ones who started first, make all the money, and the rest of the people are making no money, something like this, yeah? What they are saying. And then I'm going to say, that's what you mean. Let me ask you something. Where do you work? It's going to say, for the government, for a company, for a shipping company, anything. I'm going to say, okay, let me ask you something. Let's say it's a shipping company. I'm going to say, so, your boss is more years than you in the shipping company? And the answer is yes. And then I'm going to say, is your boss making more money than you? And the answer is yes. And then I'm going to say, okay, let me ask you something else. Is the boss of your boss working more years in the shipping company? And the answer is yes. And then I'm going to say, is the boss of your boss, does the boss of your boss making more money than your boss and than you? And the answer is yes. And then I'm going to ask, does the owner of the company belong to the company more years than your boss and the boss of your boss and you? It's going to say yes. And who is making more money? The owner. So, are you working a pyramid scheme too? And I'm waiting for the answer. And then most of the people are going to say, no, it's not like this. And I'm going to say, yeah, I know it's not like this. Let me tell you something. Pyramid scheme, I'm going to give him the definition of a pyramid scheme, okay? Pyramid scheme is exchanging money with money. It's like I'm asking from you to give me $200, and I'm saying, if you bring me anyone else and giving me $200, I'm going to give you back $300. It means that you have 100 in profit, yeah? And I have 100 profit. There is no company and there is illegal. Pyramid schemes are illegal everywhere, not in Australia, everywhere in the world. And then I'm going to say, that's a pyramid scheme and this is illegal. But let me tell you something. Do you believe that a company that is in the top, belongs to the top 50 companies in the direct selling news, is going to be a legal company? What is going to say? Do you believe that a company that is being in so many magazines, has been in television, and is cooperating with hotels like Hilton, with airlines like American Airlines, Lufthansa, Virgin, is going to be an illegal company? Do you believe that? And I'm waiting for the answer. What's it going to say? I'm going to say, do you believe an illegal company is going to have approximately 200,000 likes on Facebook? Illegal company? What he's going to say? And then I'm going to say, do you believe your friend was going to invite you to see and start an illegal business? If he's going to say yes, it means that you have a problem. But in most cases, they say no, yeah? And then what I'm going to say? No, I'm going to say, so you realized that this is not illegal, yeah? And you realize that it's not a pyramid scheme, aren't you? And when he's going to say yes, I'm going to say, so now that you realize it, now 10 of you are going to have enrollments. Again, Now that you realize it.
Are you ready to get started?
Exactly. So there are so many objections. Let me think. Someone else, another one objection. Yeah.
When they ask you about you getting paid right now.
Okay, that's a good one. So the presentation is finished and someone is asking me, are you getting paid? You remember, the truth will send you? Free. Exactly. So are you getting paid? If I'm making any money, I'm going to say yes, I'm making that amount of money. If I'm not, I'm going to say the truth. If I'm at the beginning, I'm going to say this is just the beginning. If I am 1 year at the company, I'm going to say it's 1 year, I did that and that and that. But what I'm going to say where I'm going. So he's going to ask me, are you getting paid? And then I'm going to say, hey man, let me tell you something. I'm just 1 week in the company, or 1 month, or 3 months. And until today, I made that amount of money, or I made zero money, or I invite 10 people. But let me tell you something. You have two options. I'm going to be IMD. I'm sharing my vision, yeah? I'm going to be marketing director. I'm going to be director. I'm going to be senior. I'm going to be RMD, whatever is your vision. That means that I'm going to create, I'm telling to him or to her, that I'm going to create 3,000 people in my organization. I'm going to create a team with 1,000 people. And now you have two options. Option number one is come with me today and create it together. So it means that most of these people are going to be in your team too, and you are going to make money too. The second option is that you are not going to believe me, so stay behind me, watch me, and when I'm going to make this amount of money, I'm going to come back to you, and then you are going to join. So what do you prefer? Come with me and make it together, or just watching me make it and then join? What do you prefer? What do you prefer? So are you ready to get started? So when they say that, I'm giving the vision and I'm giving two options. And some people they told me that, okay, when you make some money, come back to me. You know what I did? I said, okay, but I need you to be honest with me. So what we are going to do, I'm going to give you that paper and I'm going to write that George Vrouzgos told me that when I'm going to make my first Get 6 and make $517, he's going to sign up immediately. Please sign in up. And then after my Get 6, I'm going to Vrouzgos and say, hey man, that's my card. Let me show you that I make $517 and let me show you your commitment. So now, are you ready to sign up? So I'm going to do it. I did it to some people. So I'm going to commit them that after my Get 6, they're going to sign up. So if I have another 6 people, it means that after my Get 6, I have another one Get 6 the first day. Now, another one question, objection.
My best friend, in a lot of trouble. She's found every excuse. I don't have time, it's not for me, I can't do what you do. You're so outgoing, you can talk to people, I'm nervous, push on, I can't do it. And do you keep pushing being your best friend, or do you stop?
No. You know what? If she's using,
I want you with me, I really want you, but I don't.
just say the truth. Sometimes, speak Greek too. Sometimes what we are doing is that because it's our best friend, we are too cool and we are not saying how we feel, how we are feeling. So I have seen people that because they are best friends, they say, hey man, just think about it. They don't say, hey, I really want you with me. I know where I'm going. I know that you are not getting it right now. Maybe you are not believing in it, but you are going to get benefit from what I'm going to do. And I really believe on you. So I really want you to be in my team. These words are very powerful. If you use these words, and then she said, look, I don't want to do it. This is not for me. You don't have to push her, okay? If she's no, she's no. It's okay. But if someone is giving you all the objections that you can find, it means that the first question, do you like the idea? The real answer is no. You remember the first question? The presentation finished, yeah? First question is, do you like the idea? And that is a yes and a no. Some people, they say yes, and then they are giving me all the objections. That means that the real answer to the first question is no. So it's okay. Just move on. Go to the next one. If it's your best friend, something that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say, hey man, you are my best friend. I don't care if you realize what is worth on charge or not. I don't care if you got the idea. I can even say I don't care if you like the idea. I want you to sign up because you are my best friend and I want you to be on that journey. And I'm saying, if you trust me, at least 1% sign up and let me win the rest of 99%. Let me do something to gain the rest of 99% of your trust. Let me do it. So, are you ready to get started? That's what I'm doing. If it's my best friend, but it's a different scenario, yeah? It's a different story if it's your best friend. Now, sometimes there are people that they give you like stupid objections or stupid questions, and you know that. Guys, you don't have to answer to any stupid question, yeah? You don't have to spend your time. You don't have to waste your energy. Some people told me that, what if I'm gonna go on holidays and the hotel is not gonna be good? I'm gonna say, what if it's gonna be good? What if the airplane fall down? What if not? What if I'm not gonna make any money? Then I'm gonna say, what if you're gonna make any money? Some money. So if you see that their objections are not so valuable or so smart, just give back the same objection with a positive answer. And I'm going to give you, and let me give you an example that happened to me in Cyprus. One day, who knows Nikos Thomas? Nikos Thomas? Maybe someone? Okay, Nikos is a marketing director in Cyprus, and one day he asked me to do a presentation for him. I was NMD, and I said, okay, let's do it. And he bring a friend of him. We were in a cafeteria in Cyprus, too many people there, and I did the presentation, and then I left. And then the guy asked Nikos, he said, hey, who is making the biggest amount of money in this room? And Nikos said, Stavros. And the guy called me again, and I went back. And the guy told me, let me tell you something. I heard that you are making the most of the money here, yeah? The biggest amount of money. And I said, yes. And then he said, okay, you are gonna pay half of my registration and I'm gonna sign up. I didn't know him at all. And I said, why? He said, because you are making a lot of money. And I said, okay, let me give you something better. Let me tell you something better. I'm going to pay the whole amount of your registration. You're going to sign up. Then I'm going to pay your monthly fees. And then I'm going to find 4. And I'm going to enroll them under you. And then I'm going to work with these 4. And they're going to be millionaires very soon. And I'm going to buy you every single dream trip that you want to go. And he was like, are you kidding me? And I said, yes, but you started first.